last time I tried to become a naked mole rat, I used a laser hair removal device that I found for $100 on Amazon. Ooh, zappy, zappy. And I wanted to review this device all over again with a different laser hair removal strategy. But did it work? I don't know. You're just gonna have to keep watching to figure it out. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and an updated review video. But if you haven't seen my first IPL device review that shows you my before-after results after the instructed 8 weeks, don't worry, I will put that video down below, link in the description. And as always, I am at your service, so I will time code this video in case you want to jump around and get to the information that you crave. This is honestly kind of a spooky background, but like daylight savings time, okay? Like I needed an additional light source and it happened to be the spooky ember. But you know what? This could be a spooky video. I could fry my skin. I could look like scrumptious rotisserie chicken. And like, just to tell you how much I love rotisserie chicken, we recently used one in a stew. And I made the point to like save the chicken skin in a bag. No, like seriously, 1 second. Like really, this is it. I still have it. It's been a few days. I think it's still good. Yeah, maybe I'll have it tonight. I don't know if you guys want to see that on camera. You might just throw up. Some people just are so grossed out by that. But yeah, the main point of this is that this could fry me like rotisserie chicken, and that's very scary, like this background, but also very tasty, and maybe I'd eat myself. But anyway, what were we talking about? Before we get into the experiment, I realized that I had a lot of comments on my first review video. So since this is an update, time to revisit those comments, and let's just talk about them. A good amount of the comments, some gentle, some condescending and rude, talking about how I did not follow the instructions of my laser hair removal device. I totally get the frustration with that because when I click on a review video, I hate it when the person doesn't bother even reading the instructions, or they like make a mistake and they tell me something wrong, and like, I totally get that. But the truth is, I read the instructions. I did exactly as it told me, and even when people were concerned, I went back and I reread the manual just to like double check. And again, I did it right the first time. I think I know where the confusion is, because if you search laser hair removal device on Amazon, there are a ton of search results. Like you can keep scrolling or like go to page 2 or 3. And it seems like there's a lot of options out there, but you'll notice that there's just about like 5 different models that are sold all from like different sellers. So if you have a device that looks like mine, it probably is exactly mine. Like the same factory, but they're sold under different sellers, so they're rebranded differently. But maybe if you were to buy from a different seller, you would get a different set of instructions. I don't know. Also, I bought my device in January 2020, so several months ago. Over the course of those months, they may have updated their manual, because I can tell you that my device is like 1,000 times weaker than the devices that the professionals use. It's safe for the general public. You're not risking too much, you know, if your instructions vary from mine. Okay, that was kind of like the only like negative debate that I got in the comments. Everybody else was actually very helpful, and they shared some tidbits of what they knew about hair growth. So I want to take the time to give those people a proper shout out, a big thank you, and let's go through it so I can share the wealth of information with you guys. Like, did you know that hormonal hair is more stubborn than regular hair? So let's say you were to officially remove your armpit hair. That armpit hair is destined to grow back, but it might be like several months to several years, depending on your body. And that's just kind of expensive if you were to have it professionally done and then professionally redone, which is why I bought my device in the first place, because that truly could save me a whole lot of money. Did you know? Hair grows a little faster in the summer and a little slower in the winter. How long should your hair be before you get laser hair removal? Going back to my experience with professional laser hair removal, they wanted the area freshly shaven. and the hair should poke out no longer than 2 millimeters in length. That is because the laser is set to target pigmented areas. So if the hair is too long, the entire strand is absorbing the energy when we want all of the power to impact the root of the follicle so it can annihilate it. Every time I explain that, I feel like I'm talking as if Thanos is coming at you. But going back to my comment section, some people did claim that they saw better results when they had longer hair during their zappy zap session. And it really intrigued me and got me thinking back to my time, because I've had several professional sessions in the past, and sometimes I was freshly shaven, other times I did have a little bit of hair poking out, and I felt like I saw better results when my hair was a little bit poked out, like a millimeter or two. Okay, me saying poked out just shows you how I'm not a beautician with my lack of terminology. If you are a professional and you do not mind, I would love it if you could comment a more in-depth answer to this, if there is one, just because I'd be interested in reading it, and I think everybody else will be, because obviously there is some confusion about this. Big day. This will be my 30th zappy session. And even though I will say it takes about 12 minutes out of my day, and like that's not a lot, I still have to do it and I don't like it. So I'm really excited for this to be over with. But I don't know if I have much of an opinion yet. Oh, I have to hold it down. There you go. Then it does a countdown from 10 to 0, and that's when it shuts off. I don't know, it makes it seem super powerful that way. Totally worth cutting you guys off for me to listen to 10 minutes of a podcast, but that is my relaxation time. I know some of you guys want my predictions, but honestly, I guess I don't have any new predictions. I kind of get the sense that this is a lot like the first time I reviewed this product. I've been really trying hard not to pay attention and be a little biased about this. So I'm just going to get the results when I get the results and show you. And now I'm waiting for my hair to regrow, to get all furry. It's not gonna happen overnight though, so like I'm just gonna stop this. My hair is so bad. Yes, it is time. I have the results, but don't you dare skip over this part. Just want to make this very clear that this was an intense homemade experiment that I chose to do on myself. Even though I didn't experience any discomfort, that doesn't mean you won't experience any discomfort if you were to do excessive laser treatments. So results may vary, and therefore I cannot recommend that you do this experiment at all. Let's take a look at the hormonal hair on my armpits. But first, let's go down memory lane. This is from the first review video, and I felt like the majority of comments, myself included, determined that there was no change. So now let's look at the before and after results after this experiment. To me, I don't really see a difference at all. And I don't think this is much of a surprise if you saw my first review video, and also the science behind it is that hormonal hair is just more stubborn. Now let's look at the regular hair on my legs. But first, do you remember in the last video where I showed you how my hair was growing back in patches? And I'll tell you, in general, my hair does not grow back in patches. That is actually a clear sign of a laser hair removal treatment. I was actually very hopeful to revisit my leg area to see if I'd get even better results, because obviously the IPL device did something. Not much, but something the first time. So let's see what it did the second time. I'm trying my best to get the after photos, but it's so hard because now after like daylight savings and it being fall where like the earth's tilted, the sun is just not the same. So let me flip you guys around. Also in winter, I've noticed I've been really bad about moisturizing my skin, so it just looks bad and pale, but that's not the point here, okay? Oh, and the lines are because I wear so many socks all day and I've been trying to rub those out. I would say it's the same thing as last time, where it grew back in patches and it seems to grow a little bit lighter. See, look, there's a little hair patch. And the ones over here, I don't know, they just don't look as prominent. Oh, here's a little hair patch right here. I don't mean to be so annoying about it. I just want to be insanely accurate to you guys, and this is the best that I got, is just doing it this way. So hopefully you were really truly able to gather the before and after changes or no changes. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it is hard to look at this and truly make a judgment call, and I guess that comes down to what you guys think and what the consensus is in the comment section. So now it's been an extra few weeks since the day 30 mark, and I've stopped laser hair removal treatments altogether. And if you remember, I just chose to do right here and down just to do my ankles to save some time. And so now I'm looking and my ankles have no patchiness whatsoever and just the same amount of hair. In fact, it has more hair than up here does, but that was always the case, where as you go down my leg, the hair is darker and thicker. So basically I'm telling you, I see no difference. So now I have some final thoughts after today's observation when it comes to your regular hair. Yes, this IPL device will stunt hair growth in certain areas, giving it the patchiness look. But nonetheless, it never removed the hair, and just give it a few more weeks and those bald patches will grow back and your hair will look as if you never treated them at all. I think we're both disappointed by the results. I'm probably more upset because I spent $100, but I'm really happy that I could make this video and save you guys some money. And of course, give this video a like. It definitely helps it out in the YouTube algorithm, but it also pushes it to more people, so more people are aware and they know not to buy this device. You need to look at the review section. And I don't mean just looking at the typed out reviews that say, oh my gosh, it works, or these 5 stars. Even if it's 5 stars across the board, you need to see pictures before and after. And you need to see more than just one post about it. You need to see all of these before after pictures that show results. And that's how you know you are looking at a real device. My device didn't have that. It was a total red flag. And I guess it just proved my point. It doesn't work. Be sure to subscribe if you want to join the fam bam. We're very bamity, not hairless. we're definitely not naked mole rats here, but we're very bamity cute. So thanks again. Love you, mean it. Bye guys.